So I'm going to pretend I just got out of bed and I always look this good because, well, the views. For this video, you'll see that I put on makeup for the purpose of working out. I put petroleum on my skin to look wet already, even though I was going to sweat anyways. And yes, I'm wearing like the skimpiest thing. I just wanted to for the views. So yes, honestly, if you could roll me up in sugar, fat, and a little bit of salt, and I could put that on my videos, then I would. I'm trying to inspire you to see that working out not only gives you a beautiful body and all that, you know, superficial crap that we all love. I'm not gonna deny that I don't love my body. I like my body, but I don't really work out for my body. I work out for my soul. But like, I wanted to convince you to try. Like, you do it superficially at first, and then you realize like how amazing it is to work out. Anyways, I'm trying to sell you guys. I start my morning, I don't even want to start with this because I think it's kind of bullshit. I'm not gonna pretend that I brush my teeth right when I wake up and I wash my face. I don't do any of that. I get up and I get my baby. Without this routine, I feel like I would have gone crazy. It was so great for me, and I think it might help you if you're looking for a routine that just helps you get through the day and like start your day right. And I sound like a cereal ad. I'll show you a cereal ad. Let me, 1 second. Okay, this I don't eat. My husband eats it. This is not Honey Nut Cheerios because we're cheap. This is Honey Nut Crispy Oats. And I read these sometimes and I'm like, it's kind of ridiculous because cereal is bad for you. Like, I got fat off of cereal and it's not good for you. Take care of your heart. Oats are considered a superfood because of the wide array of essential nutrients they contain. Okay, but these oats have been processed to so refined and like they've taken off all the nutrition out of it that it's not really healthy for you. But what I'm recommending is actually very healthy for you. I think that's all I got. So let's get started. Like I mentioned before, you don't have to do this first thing in the morning. I usually do this after 1, put my kid down for her first nap. 2, my husband can watch her for 30 to 40 minutes. Or 3, she's in daycare. But obviously, if you don't have kids, you can start it whenever, you lucky bastard, with all your freedom. Number 1, when you have a stacked habit, I would start with a reward because I feel like no matter what, I would do the reward and that helps me trigger the other stuff. My reward is my coffee because I need my coffee in the morning. And then, because I have all that energy, I tend to exercise. And I know not everyone wants to exercise. Exercise is horrible. It's called working out. It's not great. Here are my tips that I feel like helped me be more consistent with exercise. Because before this, I was a huge couch potato. I wasn't strong. I didn't work out. I was lazy. I don't fucking know. My first tip is to find exercises that you love. So I like to run. I love to hit the pavement. And don't run on the treadmill because it's so boring to watch TV as you run. It's so boring. When I started running outside and running in public, yeah, that's a little scary. Running on the street is scary and people watching you is scary. I don't like any of that either, but when you run outside in nature, it's so beautiful. You feel so alive. You feel your heart pumping, you feel the pavement, you smell the jasmine. I mean, sometimes you smell dog poop. When I run, I don't run to like race myself. I don't run fast. My miles can be like 12 minutes long. But I don't care because I think the point of running is to enjoy it. I've never done a full 30 minutes exercise, so that's sad. The intention is to help me with my mental health. It's not to get abs, though my abs are so hot. But that's not why I do it, right? Find something that works for you. Give it some time too. There's always that initial resistance that you're going to have to overcome. So give it like a couple weeks and then try something new if you don't like it. I do running and I do this other thing that you're gonna see is cardio boxing. I go on YouTube, I type in boxing workout and I watch Krista DiPaolo. She is amazing. This one that I'm doing right now, it's a 30-minute at-home cardio boxing and kickboxing workout. And then she does this thing where you do like a fan kick. It's so fun. I've been doing that one for the longest time. I've done all of her other workouts and she has great workouts. But this one particularly is just so fun because you do a fan kick. Anyways, you can see in the video that I have a lot of joy when I do it, and yeah, I have a lot of pain because I'm like, oh my god, sometimes I have to take a break and whatever, but as long as you press play, you don't have to give your 100%. I don't always give 100% either. If you're feeling sluggish that day, then slow down. Do a slower tempo. If you're feeling like you have it in you, then yeah, give it your all. But like, just the fact that you got off the couch and you did something that is good for your soul and good for your body and good for you is like self-love. So don't be so judgmental if you're not 100% or you need to take a break, and it's fine. Modify. I don't need to tell you the benefits of exercise, but I'm gonna tell you anyways. I started exercising because it's a great antidepressant. I started exercising because I was depressed, and there's no shame in being depressed. We all get depressed. It helps us grow, and running helped me alleviate that. It was like my antidepressant every single day. And now that I have a child, and there's so much suffering in life. There's so much suffering, and not because I hate my child, I love my child, and that's why there's so much suffering. I don't like seeing her in pain. I don't like thinking about the future, and I'm worried I'm not gonna mom. All these things, there's a lot of suffering when you become a parent. After I started working out again, I can tell my mood was more elevated, but also it was not as mood swingy. Like, if there was some stuff that was going on in the day and it was hard, I would be more level-headed because I had that exercise. And then I think it also helps you process feelings. Like, if you're upset, if you're angry, it's nice to punch things. I mean, obviously, I fantasize about like running away from my family. Everyone does. And men do it quite often, right? Literally. I like running because it's kind of like I'm trying to run away from my problems. It's not like I'll ever run away from my problems and avoiding my problems, but like when you run, it's like you get away from your problems for 1 second, and you get to breathe, and you get to reflect, and you look into nature, and it makes you feel small in like the best kind of way. Again, just do something that you love. It might be very beneficial, not only for you, but for your family. And I know, like, as a mom, you feel so selfish for taking any time for yourself. That's called unentitlement, by the way. Say you don't nap because you're like, well, I need like 20 hours of sleep anyways, and like if I'm just gonna get an hour of sleep, then I'm not going to nap, or I'm not gonna take any time for myself, basically, right? And you think working out is also like a little selfish. It is selfish, but in a best kind of way. Your kids would want you to be the happiest mom they had. They don't want you to be tormented because you threw yourself into only being a mom. Even though you're taking some time and like your husband has to watch your kid, you put them in front of the TV so that you can exercise. It's the best kind of selfishness so that you can be in the right mindset to take care of your children. Okay, here are some other benefits. Being active makes you strong, gives you confidence. My confidence has shot up. Not that I needed it because I'm amazing, but like, you know, it helps. From this self-help book, because I'm a self-help junkie, called Start Here, moving your body enhances our capacity to learn because you feel more alive after, so you can think better. Makes us more productive, increases our ability to handle stress, alleviates our mood, and slows aging. So aerobic forms of exercises, which I'll list here, which I'll list right there, increases cardiovascular health, lowers cholesterol, reduces risk of diabetes, and enhances mood and cognitive functionings. My next thing is that I do like a yoga meditative stretch, and it's also a form of exercise. It's a form of non-aerobic exercise. From Start Here, yoga, which is a non-aerobic form of exercise, triggers the relaxation response and enhances mood in ways that decreases mental and physical tension. So this is why I do yoga, but also this is why I do meditation. So what happened was I read Start Here, which is an amazing book. I highly recommend it. After reading that book, that's when I started my morning routine. From Start Here, meditation increases focus, sharpens concentration, decreases mind wandering, basically time traveling back into shitty past events or anxiously thinking about future possible events, and helps you stay more in the present. Enhances pain tolerance, slower mental aging. It is essential to like have some space to breathe, to be aware of your thoughts, how your body is feeling, how your emotions are. Sometimes just to take a break. So this is all about feeling good. It's not about looking good. And something about like meditation, I never thought I could do it because it's boring. It's so fucking boring. And it's not easy to like listen to your thoughts and be aware of your thoughts. And it's very difficult to do. So I don't actually like sitting meditation, but I really enjoy yoga because yoga is physical. You're not bored, you're changing positions all the time, you're thinking about balance, but like at the same time you can focus on your breath, you can focus on your feelings, you can focus on trying to be present. So I really enjoy it. Besides, I have to stretch anyways. Like, you just worked out, it's great to stretch. And there's so many benefits. Like, I didn't think I would be so flexible, and now I can do the splits, which is pretty cool. As I do the child pose, it's actually one of my favorite poses because it's just like surrendering to the universe and surrendering to your life and surrendering to everything. And then at that moment, I love to give myself a little bit of love and a little bit of kindness, and I pray for myself. It sounds selfish to pray for yourself instead of praying for the world, but I realized that if you're selfish in like the best kind of ways, you actually are very self-loving and you can actually love more people. So I like to give myself a little prayer. I'm such a hippie, huh? May I live with happiness. May I live with peace. May I live with ease. But it's such a little thing, but something about saying may I sounds like you're trying to give yourself permission to do that, but not necessarily like those affirmations. I don't think affirmations work. Saying you're like, I'm not fat, is kind of a lie to yourself because you're like, bro, I'm kind of fat. You know what I mean? Or like, I am motivated, even though you obviously are not motivated. Saying may I sounds like you're trying to give yourself permission to do those things, because I'm not gonna say I'm happy if I'm not happy, but may I sounds like you're asking to do those things. And after you work out, while you're like meditating and stretching, sometimes I get amazing ideas, positive, great creative solutions, figuring out how to repair your relationship, figuring out what do you want to do with your life, figuring out what's essential in your life so that you can have the most happiness. Like, those are things that a lot of the time I found space to listen to myself and find those answers inside while I was meditating and doing yoga. And the next step, which is how I wrap it all up, is to shower. And I try to be very purposeful about my shower. I try to focus on the feeling I get in the shower. Like, focus on the smell of the soap, how my fingers feel in my hair as I wash it, how the water feels on my skin. Instead of just like showering and not thinking and not being present, it's amazing to wrap up my morning routine with something that you know you have to do anyways and is kind of a treat. Like, showering is such a blessing, and it's like, oh, it's so hippy dippy, but like, it is. It's a blessing that we have showers. It's a blessing that there's warm water or cold water. There's a blessing to have a body and to clean it and like take care of yourself. I try to be present. Sometimes I'm not. Obviously, like, we're all human and whatever. We all fuck up, whatever. I think there's something beautiful about stopping a stack of habits that are great for you, but also really hard to do, really hard to start. It's not easy to exercise. It's not easy to try to meditate. It's not easy to try to stretch. It's not easy to do anything. Being a human is ridiculously hard. You always try to end a stack. If you've read the self-help book about stacking habits, you try to end a really positive stack that you know is good for you, but it's hard to do, like brushing your teeth or whatever. Flossing. Fucking hate flossing. No one likes flossing. Anyone who says they like flossing is a weird person, and we can't be friends. Anyways, you try to end a habit with another reward. So I start a habit with a reward because that's how I will know I will try to do the rest of the habits. And then I end the habit with the reward. And you always deserve something after you do something that's difficult to do. I end it with showering, and I try to be present and I try to enjoy it as much as I can. I think as a mom, it's so hard to find time to give yourself a break, give yourself self-care and self-love, and I think you need it the most, because without your happiness, without your joy, without your strength, Unfortunately, your emotions are more tied to your family than anyone else in your family. Like if you're crazy that day, if you're feeling bad, if you're crying, if you're hysterical, whatever you're feeling that's like negative feelings that you haven't been able to manage, then unfortunately it affects everyone else in your family. And I'm not telling you this because it'll make you feel guilty or worse, and I already know that feeling. Like when I'm sad, I feel bad that my family is probably gonna be in a bad shape too because I'm sad. But I'm trying to say that it is what it is, and I hate that. I just want to be responsible for my own feelings and no one else's. But your children are concerned about you. They depend on you. They really need you to be as happy as you can. So fighting for your happiness, finding some time to have self-care for yourself is so important. Making sure you can try to find as much joy in your life because life is fucking suffering with children, especially young fuckers. I love my child so much. Please, I know this sounds awful, like I'm a terrible mom, whatever. But like finding some joy in your life so that you can manage your feelings better is probably the best gift you can give your child, because one, you show them that you're strong and you're capable and you deserve love and happiness and joy. And taking care of yourself and showing them that you could do that is so important because they will see that they deserve love, happiness, and joy from the actions that you make. I have done this morning routine because I think it's important that at least you have some sanctuary, some space where you're not just a mom, that you're taking care of you. Oh, thank God I'm at the end. I hope this was inspirational. I hope you guys found some benefit. I hope that inspired you to do something positive. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.